Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we found out at long last that Kevin is in fact the Red Testament, and she undid some real stupid thing and got herself captured. This time, we're gonna go free her and actually re-explore the city a little bit because there's some more people to talk to and they actually say some rather interesting things. Before doing that, kind of middle-ish right-hand side of the screen, you notice that triangle shape? Yeah, the Song of Nephilim! Just like we learned in episode 1, Shion did talk about this, the fact that that was in fact on Milsha. And someone actually pointed that out in the comments, and I forgot to point it out myself, so thank you to you. And yeah, so there it is. Now, I did change one thing. I actually went through the upcoming dungeon. What I'm trying to do with KOS-MOS is balance her levels out comparative to Shion when presumably we get her back. And yeah, so I want to use Jin now, so I've got him equipped thusly, as you might expect. Both Jin and KOS-MOS are really strong right now, just because they've got nice weapons from the segment address stores. Now, they'll force you right into the scene. You can't run right through the city. Now, a lot of the soldiers say some interesting things that kind of changes the whole dynamic of the city, so I'm actually going to talk to a bunch of them. Yeah, basically he's just telling you where you can go, run over the save point. Oh yeah, we did this earlier, didn't we? Let's talk to this coupon thing. Let's see what happens here. Ah, the winning numbers have been announced. And as I went over it a few episodes back when we actually input these numbers, these are the correct ones, 68, 37, and 12. Congratulations, you won 50,000 G for first prize, 20,000 for second prize, and 10,000. So we got 80,000 G. After that 50,000 from a little while ago, yeah, we all of a sudden 130,000 G. Why they decided to just jump and skyrocket the amount of money you have is kind of weird. Yeah, he just talks about that. If you go over here, you can actually talk to the Ice Cream Dude's assistant, and if you press square button, you'll be able to run through the secret passage to go to the church. I guess it just wasn't out when little Shion was showing us that before. You don't see anything particularly interesting. Why would you want to know that? Basically, he just tells you where to go again. We don't really need to do that because we're going to go there anyway. Was it you that I wanted to talk to? No, never mind. There are a whole bunch of people around here we can talk to. Yeah, so they're saying that Supervisor Uzuki is acting strange. He's a cold-hearted man who's using his own wife in experiments, and then he says he better not betray the organization. Does that really go hand in hand? He's doing this evil thing to work with your evil company, and now you're thinking he's going to betray you. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, let's see. Development of variants. The Asuras, we learned about them as well. Shion looked at them and said they were the ones that ended up killing her mother. And I don't think there's anybody up there. They don't say anything interesting. They weren't Federation spies, yes. Yeah, we have a powerful organization. Don't be stupid. It's got like every immigrant fleet descendant doesn't already know anyway. Speaking of people who already know, literally the next people we see, what do you think of his behavior? Something to do with Ormus, which you probably aren't supposed to be talking about in broad daylight. You better not wander around. If you heard our conversation, you best forget what you heard. So yes, they admit here that there's something to do with Ormus as well. I don't think there's more soldiers down there. They say some different stuff as well, I think. But we're not going to talk to them. That's fine. None of the soldiers upcoming say anything interesting. I know it's kind of tedious going around to areas we've already been before. Ah, so you're worried about the boy. More than ambition. You know, like create Asura realians that aren't particularly ready yet. At least that's what we've been, or I think Suo Uzuki was saying that, actually. What do you got? Got into an arms race. Sounds like wars are coming, eh? Yeah. Actually, I think technically war is already here, but there is one reason to head down to the right, but it basically just shows the guy that was down there said he knew Xenosaga before. They have a soldier standing over him with a gun, beating him. So, anyway, that's just to show you that martial law has kind of been established.
Junior, look!
Ah!
We're here.
Yeah, I know. It's the beginning of this planet's nightmare.
It's not a very long nightmare, is it?
Looks like the Federation's descent operation's begun. It must have taken too much time.
This is not our Jin Uzuki. This is 14 years, or I guess in this case 15 years ago, Jin Uzuki. Now, here's one of my notes that I had talked about before.
Have a choice. I'll have to retreat for now.
I guess that's supposed to not be the same mech. It kind of does look different here. But my point kind of still stands. They don't do a very good job of illustrating the difference between the two mechs, since they're both green and both focused on, sword, arm-to-arm combat instead of more weapon, long-range weaponry based. But it does look a little bit different here. We don't ever get a huge long-term look at it in episode 2, so it's hard to say for sure if it's supposed to be the Ruben or not. I'm guessing it's not, because that would make the game make more sense. Got some sad music.
The flowers are all dead. They're all dead.
I told you, there's no point in this sort of thing. This isn't going to make anyone happy.
That's not true. If more of them bloom, everyone will notice.
You're wasting your time. They'll just get trampled again.
Okay, explain to me how something that's in the corner that doesn't lead to anywhere, it's not going to make a shortcut, would all get trampled. Who would walk through that? It's isolated to the side and it's in no one's way. It just makes for the scene happen. There's really no reason why they would get trampled. But anyway.
No, they won't.
I just like poking holes in the holy plot. Take that however you like.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm gonna get seeds from Feb.
Yeah, I don't like you.
No one has the ability to lead others to the truth.
He's starting to sound like his other self.
Our powers are too limited.
Not the child that he's been portraying here. Either the same voice actor.
Only those who possess divine power can accomplish that.
Did both characters, which I believe he did, or they just decided, and they just switched up to how he portrayed the character.
The staff and test subjects
in
are already
the
being
current
moved to the
timeline.
evacuation shelters. We'll also seal this block just in case. You should evacuate immediately as well.
Commander Margulis, what happened to Fabronia?
I heard she went outside.
She's bright.
What's she thinking at a time like this?
There's no need to worry about that prototype Realian. We have all the data we need.
We never have an update.
Still, the Federation's advance is faster than I expected, and their numbers are great. I don't see any sign of our defensive troops being deployed yet.
That's not a good
There's
thing.
no need for concern. Proto-Omega is going out to intercept them.
Proto-Omega.
Really?
You're going to use that?
It is the will of Patriarch Sergius.
Of course it
And
is.
this time, the 27 series will be deployed as well.
The
They're
Asura.
as capable as you've estimated. The Federation soldiers will last only minutes.
You're a fool to jump ahead like that. The 27 series isn't ready yet. You must reconsider.
Winnicott is the one responsible for the design, and says they're ready and will perform to expectation.
It's
He's
true that
lying.
their capability itself far exceeds that of previous combat Realians. But those things can no longer even be called Realians. They're dangerous even to us.
It doesn't matter. By using them, we can obtain even more accurate data.
Told you we needed more data.
Besides, we've already completed preparations to use the Song of Nephilim. Once the Zohar is activated, the Federation will no longer be our concern.
Are you all crazy? Professor Mizrahi canceled the Lemageddon translation work. Do you really intend to use the incomplete song? It'll destroy this planet.
Why do you hesitate? Everything we've done is for our ideal reality. That's what this project is for.
Margulis.
I can't leave things to that madman any longer. I'm going to do as I please as well.
He doesn't seem like as much of a madman this time around. And going from that very serious conversation to upbeat,
It looks like
happy-ish
things have gotten
music.
quite hectic here.
Yeah.
URTVs are descending. This is gonna be a battlefield soon. In a few hours, Federation troops will enter Labyrinthos. There's no time to lose. We have to hurry and rescue Shion.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Now, okay. Shion is held in Labyrinthos test subject, transport area. It's door numbered 13. Yes, we already know. Let's go. Alan, shut up. I think... Yeah, the soldiers will fight us now. I am going to actually avoid a good number of battles going forward, just for a little bit. Both the doors to the right are blocked off, the elevator and the other door that's always been blocked off. So pretty much we're just going to run right back in and do what we've already done. Probably don't need to show most of this on screen. Okay. There, it was pretty much a straightforward shot. You take a couple of turns, but the path goes that way. There's no way around it. So basically just keep going. Eventually you'll hit this scene, and that's all there is to it. No point in running through the entirety of the areas we've already seen before on screen. Yeah, we want to head up here first. This place is somewhat confusing. Not really, but anyway, if we go over here, we get a cutscene. Not much of one, but already functional, and yeah, they don't have control over them. They all broke out of their tanks. Well, some of them did anyway. Can't do anything in that room, so just kind of point that the information is there. Let's see if I can bypass you.
I'll handle this.
Okay, I'm not sure if these guys have changed. They may or may not have. Doesn't matter. First things first. Kaiser. So what I'm going to do as far as battles in this area this time around, yeah, I know it's the third time we've come to this area, the second time for a dungeon, but what we're going to do is we're going to focus on, those two are fine, we're going to focus on Junior. Junior wants to get as many kills with his ability as possible. Yeah, so we'll hit you. And yeah, so I want to build up Requiem, so absorb as many biologicals as I can. Probably only going to get one per fight, but we might end up getting lucky and getting more than that. Kaiser is nice because it builds up a lot of your bonus gauge. Rank badges are another generic selling item. We'll sell those later. That's fine. Blow up these, get that. Blow up these. Got address 5, which we do not have the decoder for. Head in here first. Run over the save point. There is a door, staff room that we need a key for, and it is locked off. So we're going to come around to that later. I just want to kind of give you an idea of where we are in the dungeon when we get there. After finishing off that one, make sure you head over here, blow up a couple of these, find a door, and if you recall, we kind of pointed this out earlier. That's the path that we walked across that I did off screen in this episode. But I did point out this item earlier on in the game there when we walked over there.
Federation descent forces confirmed.
I can ignore you.
Capital defense forces are engaged.
Okay. Run away. So this room here, as you can see, it's got a number of ways down, and then this is the, oh no, not this one. This one is the way forward. So basically, I'm going to clear out all the enemies. There's only soldiers in here, and you pretty much do have to kill them all because they're kind of annoying. But there are a bunch of treasure rooms around here. So this one's empty, but as you can see, they're empty there. So I'm going to fight all the soldiers, and then we'll get all the treasure. Okay, so we're back by the door that we entered this area in. I just took care of all the enemies. And you can back attack pretty much all of them in here, so just kind of be aware of that and make sure you kind of plan as you go into areas. If it doesn't look like they're going to turn around, then they don't. Until you run up to them, and then you can usually get them before they turn around to face you. So there's two there, that little one's empty, and then there's two here as well. Blow up all of these, get medkits, Decoder 13, which I already checked, we don't have the thing for yet, so can't do anything with that yet. Get that. And then yeah, as you can see, this area is laid out pretty straightforwardly, but because you have no map, it looks confusing. One thing this game really could have used would definitely be a map. Then again, pretty much any PS2 level JRPG could use a nice mini-map. Hello, Shion. Can't see anybody else in there. And of course, we can't get in the door. So we need to go this way. What do we have here?
It's you. No matter what you do to me, I won't tell you anything.
I know. Please, settle down.
Huh?
The Federation descent operation has begun. You will be killed. Now's your only chance to escape.
You're
Wait, what?
gonna let me go?
Yes. I know you don't have a high opinion of me, but I'm not doing these things because I want to.
I can't believe the words of someone who would sacrifice his own wife.
I don't know who you heard that from, but that information isn't entirely accurate.
Not entirely accurate, huh? So mostly accurate.
It is true that I'm sacrificing my wife and my family.
Wait,
but
what?
I want you to believe me. I just wanted to protect my family.
This guy is one big
Even if it
contradiction.
meant making the world my enemy.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
You'll be treated as a traitor by not only the Federation, but by UTIC as well. They may kill you.
That's my own fault. It's better than having an innocent killed. But enough about that. I have a favor to ask you.
What is it?
Do you remember my daughter?
Shion?
Yes.
Me?
She's in a church in the suburbs. Please, save my daughter.
Why don't you do that yourself?
If I could, I would. You saw, didn't you? My wife can't move from the hospital wing upstairs. I have to protect her. It may sound strange, but I feel like you can save Shion. Perhaps it's because you resemble my wife.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Most of this entire scene is Suo just contradicting himself every second line, and Shion just doesn't seem to get it at all. She's just trying to hide from the whole thing and put up big mental barriers so she doesn't have to deal with any of this situation. But this actually makes sense. The fact that he can presumably trust her, someone he just met, is because she looks like, you know, your wife. And because Shion is Shion and she is his daughter, presumably, even though Shion was only, what, like 7 or 8 or whatever it was when he ended up dying, he should still be able to see some of her traits in adult Shion now. And yeah, I think that kind of balances out. It's still really kind of just all over the place, but anyway.
All right. I'll save your daughter.
he should be trusting somebody else, but, well, we'll get into that later.
I'm sorry to trouble you. Hold still for a moment. I'll set you free.
There we go. Okay. Take out that enemy. Get rid of those. I think there are more enemies floating around here somewhere.
Activation of Song of Nephilim has been ordered.
Oh,
Evacuate immediately.
I don't recall exactly where I'm going. Oh, that sucks. One sec. Okay, I couldn't remember what was back here. It really isn't important, but I'll show it anyway. It's just a barred door that leads to elevator 13 that we're already in. I don't get it, but sure, whatever. Anyway, took care of that enemy because he's in the way. You're going to be in the way, but I can bypass you. Now, you do want to come over here and blow up this stuff. Go, med kit, and more importantly, staff room access key. Head over here and blow up that. There's nothing in there. Good. Okay, there's that one. Before going to the right, which is the right way to go, open this up. And two things. Firstly, save point, and this is where we were before, and that key that we got is for the staff room that was locked earlier. So you want to head in here and get something on the console. And we got his PDA again. He keeps leaving these all around the compound here. Anyway, I will look into potentially talking about what's in those at the start of the next episode, but that's pretty much all the time we have for today. If that voice would shut up, we could end the video. Thank you. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.